Hello, this is Dave from cheapbooks.com. I'm playing World of Tanks. This video is going to be about crew experience, and what I'm going to show you is how you can increase the performance of your crew by swapping them between different vehicles. I'm going to use an example here. You'll note that on my crew, the gunner, the driver, and the loader each have camouflage at 44%. However, my commander has Sixth Sense, Recon, Camouflage at 92%. And the reason why is because the commander is from a different tank. I took the commander from, maybe I took him from here. He probably came from the STI. He was probably one of my loaders on the STI. I'm pretty sure that's where he was. And I switched him to the SU-100 so that the SU-100 would have a better commander. And I want to do the same with the gunner. And the gunner is very important because the gunner has a skill over here called Deadeye, which increases the chance to cause damage to enemy vehicle, modules, and crew. The game is about causing damage. This is a very important skill. You want to make sure, actually it's a perk, you want to make sure you have a gunner that causes more damage. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move some of the people from my barracks or from other tanks into the gunner positions. As you can see, the commander of this tank also has 3 skills, which is shared with the Matilda. This one I don't worry about because I really don't play this tank very often. This guy has 3 skills. This one shares a crew. This one has 3 skills. So I am going to find somebody in my barracks who's going to be my new gunner for the SU-100 tank destroyer. So I'm going to go over here. We've got this guy with 44% recon, 78 camo, 78 recon. This guy has 100% situational awareness, 93% camouflage. He would be good as a new gunner. That one's got 93%. This guy would also be good as a new gunner, and not him. So he must have been my previous commander on the STI. I'm going to look at my STI. You can see that my STI had 2 skills here, 2 here. I must have swapped out the commander and put someone else here, which is why he now has 3 skills. So again, we want a new gunner on the SU-100. We go to the barracks. We go to this gentleman here. We're going to change tank destroyer SU-100. We're going to make him the new gunner. I'm going to pay the 500 gold. Now I'm going to do his skills. We want to have the Deadeye to increase damage. And I want to have camouflage. Make myself hide better. Now I'm going to have to go to this tank and put in the new gunner. We have another crew member in the barracks that has 2 skills. This one has 3. This one has 3. This one has 2. Again, the KV-2, I really don't care much about this tank. The KV-2, if you look at the tech tree, I already got the T-150, and I played it and I loved it. The next in line is the S-51. It's an SPG unit. I really am not that crazy about playing SPG. The KV-2 is actually, when I play it, I enjoy playing it. But I don't play it very often, and I'm not that crazy about getting the SPG. I'm only going to get it once I've gotten all the other tanks that I want. So I play this maybe once a month. I got to be really bored to play that. I'm not going to put my best crew in there. We've got the driver and the loader over here. This tank is all set. Not worried about that one. He's all set. He needs a loader and a loader. So we've got 2 loaders over here, and the loader here and the driver here. I'm going to make sure that this tank has a good loader, which means he's going to have the camouflage and another skill. Let's see what other skill I would get. For a loader, I would get camouflage and repairs, for example. Adrenaline Rush is interesting. The problem is how often in the game do you only have 10% of your hit points left, and how much faster is it? You know, I don't think the situation comes up often enough to use Adrenaline Rush. But for repairs, it's a whole different story. When it knocks out your modules, like your viewing module, it has to repair it, and you don't want to use a repair kit because it's not an essential module. Having this means it will help repair it faster. So I would rather have camo and repairs. So I'm going to pick a new loader from my barracks, and it's going to be this guy right here. So I am going to change him into a heavy tank, which is the STI, and he is going to be my loader. And I'm going to go to skills. I'm going to put camouflage number 1. That's most important. Repairs number 2. And I'm going to close that, and then I'm going to go to my tank. Oh, and you'll see that it loaded him in. So let's look one more time. He's got 3 skills, which is wonderful. He's got 3 skills, which is wonderful. He could use a better driver and a better loader. 44%. Let's see what we got in the barracks. We've got a 44, a 78, a 44, a 73, a 78, and a 93. So we could put it in the guy who has 93 into this tank, either as a driver or a loader. I'm probably not going to pay to do that. And one of the reasons why is because if you look at the tech tree, there's probably some tank over here somewhere that I plan to buy. He's going to go up into here. Well, you got these 2 tanks over here. The Object 416 and the T-54 light tank. I want to get these 2 tanks. But the question is how and when. And in order to get them, I'm going to need to get the crews. I might have to come back here. In order to get this Object 430, I'm going to have to follow this line from the T-34. I'm going to have to play the T-34. I might have to put those guys in there as a crew. I just researched the T-50, and I've never bought it. I've never played it before. So I could also put the crew in there. I guess I've never played the T-80. The other option is I could buy the SU-122-44. So I've got a couple of options, and I've got places, I've got tanks I need to buy that I need to put the crew in. Let's see what's after the IS-3 has 4, and that has 4. Okay. So I'm going to hold off before I put in the driver and the loader. I don't think it'll have a big impact on my game. The other issue is you notice that this guy's got his 3rd skill at 15%. Over here we've got a loader at 37% and a driver at 96%. I could take that driver and put him up over here and give it to the commander, and it would be better overall for that tank. I could also upgrade this loader. Those are basically the options that I have. I'm going to see if there's anything else that is obvious that needs to be fixed. No, I think that's all pretty good. I'm for the most part happy with this right now. So as you can see, I did make an improvement with my gunner. If you have any questions, please post below. I'm probably going to get rid of the binocs also. Something that I'm considering doing. Okay, if you have any questions, please post them below. Thank you.